Good afternoon, everyone. It's Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations. I am so excited to be here this afternoon, and I'm even more excited about my special guest, Coz Green. Good afternoon, Coz.
Good afternoon, Michelle. It's great to be on Southern Inspirations.
Well, thank you for accepting my invitation to be a guest. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, you know what? We are going to have more fun than is legally allowed in Utah. That's for sure.
Uh-oh. But in Arkansas, we can probably get away with it.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Have a special permit.
There you go. That's right.
If you're up in Searcy, then I got run out of Searcy once, so I think I still have a picture at the post office in Searcy. So
it may be a little bit tattered, and I don't know if it has a smiley face on it or not.
Oh, it's always got a smiley face going.
Well, this is true. It is you. So that's a good segue into our main topic today. And thank you for everyone who's watching. Coz is the creator of the Be Happy mask. And I'm going to put this smiley face up full screen. There we go. And now I love it. I just absolutely love it. Yeah.
That's the Be Happy mask.
And y'all, there is a story behind it. And don't worry, you can get your own Be Happy mask, BeHappyMask.com. I'll get that up here shortly. But Coz is a true believer that one person and one smile can make a difference. Isn't that right, Coz? I mean,
Amen. I believe that, and it's funny, you can wear these and, there's the odd person will say, wow, that's a little creepy. But most people smile big and they'll say, geez, thank you. Just thank you. You made me smile today. Where can I get one of those? So there's the 1 in 100 that, is put off by a smile, but hey, we'll go after the 99.
That's exactly right. Well, the topic of our show today is obstacle or opportunity, because during this, and I'm going to go ahead and use this word, I know it's used a lot, but unprecedented times. How many times have you heard that in the last?
They're biblical, aren't they? Unprecedented, biblical, historic.
That's right. But there's truth in it. And I don't know that we will in our lifetime see this again. And
I hope not.
I do too, Coz. You and I both agree that anytime we are faced in life with any sort of challenge or crisis, or any day, really, not even during a crisis, we have a choice. Each and every day we get up, we have a choice. And we have a choice during this time. Will we just transition and just go with the flow, or will we be transformed? Will we simply survive, or will we thrive? And so that's a little bit of the backstory as to why Be Happy Mask was created. But before we get into that, I want folks to know a little bit more about the man behind the mask.
I'm Batman.
Tell us just a couple of nuggets about yourself, and then we have a little clip to kind of finish that.
Well, let's see. Born and raised in Utah, lived all over the world, different parts of God's green earth. I lived a couple years in Ireland. I've lived in Las Vegas. I've lived in Chicago. And then in a previous career life, I spent about 6 years in every major city for 45 plus weeks out of the year for those many years. So I could call any one of those major cities or the 60 offices that we worked out of in our former life. I could call any of those home. I feel like I had a family wherever I went in the country.
Well, that's because you truly do not meet a stranger. And if you walk around with a smile on your face all the time, as you do with or without a mask.
I really do believe that. Who was that? Wasn't that Will Rogers that said, I've never met, a stranger's just a friend I haven't met yet? And that is so true. And, you could make such a difference. I don't care if it was 6 o'clock in the morning on my way out of town on Mondays or at midnight on Friday coming back into town at the airport. people had their heads down, praying to their almighty smartphones, and a simple smile could change the world. It really would. And, you just make eye contact for that second and you just smile, and you could tell that's the only smile they had had that day, or they were so engrossed in everything that was going on in their life, and a simple smile could make a difference. And obviously it does something for the giver too, not just the recipient.
That's right. And because masks have masked our ability to smile, insert the Be Happy mask. And so again, we're going to speak to that a little bit later. Because I want folks to kind of know the cause behind the cause, because you've got a story there, and I think it's phenomenal. So I want to show a little clip, and then we'll come back and you can speak to that a little bit, and then we'll get in talking about the mask. The mask. I just love saying it. I just love saying the Be Happy mask. All right, everyone. Y'all watch this clip and learn a little bit more about Coz.
In late August of 2013, Coz Green tipped the scale at nearly 400 pounds. He suffered from a number of physical ailments and pain. Everyday life had become a real challenge. His condition reached a tipping point. He was finally sick and tired of being sick and tired. Coz took massive action. He lost 200 pounds in 1 year. His physical transformation is filled with stories of personal triumph. But that is not the real story. Coz has been on a lifelong journey to discover the principles that unlock the powers of hope. Throughout his life, he's enjoyed many successes, both personally and professionally. However, Coz has also traveled through dramatic, dark nights of the soul, his private hell. He shares his personal battle with depression and anxiety. His greatest failure became his greatest blessing. In late August of 2013,
I was about to redo there. As many times as I've seen that, I'm just amazed every single time, Coz. Clearly, the clip gave us a little bit of insight into that, but oh my, in your own words, just what kind of difference has that made in your life? I can only imagine.
Well, I've been on a lifelong mission to make a difference. I truly believe that one person can make a difference, and it is a conscious choice every day. And so when I was 12 years old, I started as a professional entertainer. And frankly, I just tried to make people laugh and smile and have fun. And even when I got in corporate America, every position I've always had, I've tried to bring my unique flavor and style to the plate. But almost 11 years ago now, it was June of 2009. And I was going through one of those storms in my life. Right? We're not all in the same boat, but we are all in the same storm of life. And it was one of those seasons where I was going through a personal storm. And so I reached out to a doctor, and, I'd seen the commercials on TV that, this will fix that ail and this will make you feel better. So I went to my doctor and said, well, shouldn't I be trying X? And of course, those television commercials have the little disclaimer that says, may cause suicidal thoughts or actions. And so we discounted that, and he prescribed some medications. And make a long story short, I had an adverse reaction to the medications, and I attempted suicide in June of 2009. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in a day. And God didn't want me to go. The train didn't kill me. The overdose didn't kill me. And through a miracle, the asphyxiation didn't kill me. And so it was a journey back, but it took several years to recognize what it all meant and that I had a purpose. And it was only reinforced what I was really supposed to do. So I'm still on that lifelong mission to make a difference and have people be happier and just more fulfilled in life. And so that's what I do.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Just in the few years I've known you, you've been an inspiration to me, and I know you've been an inspiration to so many. And just with your transparency and your willingness to share your story, I know that there are individuals who needed to hear that. So thank you again for doing that and for
Oh,
sharing.
you're very welcome. And I wake up every day and I say, there's one person today that needs to be touched by my light. And it's my responsibility to pull it together,
Yeah.
shine that light, make a difference for one. And I never know every morning who that one person is, but generally I can make a difference for somebody.
Isn't it kind of exciting to wonder who is God going to put in my path today that can bless, or someone who I can make a difference in their life? Just
I
the
think you have to be open to that too, right?
yes,
You can be prepared.
that's right.
We listen, because it's that still small voice that says, smile to that person,
Yeah,
that person, make
right.
this phone call, send this text, right?
Yes,
It's not
yes,
this big voice that just yells at you to go make a difference. It's
right.
still small voice that just whispers.
Although I often wish that I had that kind of voice speak to me. Sometimes I feel like I need to be knocked upside the head, but it is when you develop that faith and that practice of listening that, yes, you're exactly right. It's
Sometimes there's just way too much noise.
yes, there is. Well, let's talk about the mask. I tell you what, let me pop up a couple of fun pictures for people to see real quick, okay? And then we're going to talk some more about it. I have a little bit of a delay in the service here, but I think we got those up, that first one up okay.
Still using dial-up?
You know, I'm all plugged in.
Internet.
I keep looking at myself on the screen, and you know, I'll have some weird. My mouth will be wide open. Imagine that when the screen decides to freeze. Thank goodness for thumbnails, because particularly on Facebook, I think they just have somebody that sits there that's the designated pick out the worst thumbnail image possible for each video that comes through, because inevitably, cause it's one where I'm looking all goofy, where I'm in midstream and my mouth is open or my head is cocked or both or whatever. So
I think all the frames look like that, Michelle.
Yeah, this will be the one that they pick. Those moments when I get stuck from slow service. But oh my goodness, I digress on thumbnails. You know, Be Happy Mask actually happened quick, fast, and in a hurry. You had an idea and it happened. And so walk us through that.
Well, I believe that there is a very slight difference between crisis and opportunity. In fact, not to pull in Chinese characters, but it is interesting that if you look at the Chinese character for crisis and opportunity, there's only a very slight difference in the two characters. So a crisis can be an opportunity. It's all just how we look at it. So when I heard that we were going to be required to wear masks, and yet it's, you know, still the right thing to do in so many situations, and we can't say we're going to get back to normal. It's just going to be a new normal moving forward. And masks are just going to be an everyday thing in many situations. So I said, you know, when people are wearing masks, all I'm going to see is that person's eyes. And yes, when someone smiles, you can see it in their eyes, but we're all just all of a sudden zombies, very expressionless. And I thought, well, how can I share smiles and still wear a mask? And so I designed the Be Happy mask, sketched it out, and make a long story short, that night, I was directed to a resource of a local company who was sewing masks. They're a costume company that makes professional and college sports team mascot costumes. Well, there's not a whole lot of professional and college sports going on right now, so their sewing machines were sitting idle. So I teamed up with the Allen family to Linco Costumes, and they're the ones who hand sew the masks. So we've got a great family over in Murray, Utah, hand sewing these masks. And so I sketched it out, and within 4 days of me submitting my sketch, I had my Shopify store up, and we were making our first sales. And
Wow.
we've sold hundreds of them now all over the world. The Be Happy mask is in 4 countries. And last time I checked, I think we're almost 40 of the 50 states now.
Wow.
And so you just saw some pictures on the screen of people who make, posts on social media and tag me so that I can see them doing what they do best, making people happy.
Right. Let me pop up that other picture real quick. I'm just going to put it on top of our faces.
Better anyway, because I have a face for it.
We can play this little game and see. Now we can all see if I just had mine. There you go. See, we're here.
There we go. There's a split screen.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, I like that.
I was going to hide behind it because you always told me every time I saw you, Michelle, you'd be like, Coz, you have the perfect face for video. I was like, thanks, Michelle.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Coz, you were something else.
Something else.
So you are asking people just to like the 2 we showed there, just if you have a Be Happy mask, to put it on social media and keep the happiness going. Continue to spread the happiness.
And so it's just been a wonderful, overwhelming response of the emails and the texts and the emails I've gotten of people all over the world wearing the Be Happy mask. And they said, I went to the store and I had this impact on someone, or I got in a conversation with someone, and you just can't help but open dialogue when you display happiness.
I know. I love it. And I want to talk about, is it the Good Deeds Revolution? There's some benefit going to them. Is that right? Tell us a little bit.
So a portion of each sale of the Be Happy mask goes to Good Deed Revolution, started by a friend of mine, Brandy Vega. And it's a nonprofit organization that doesn't do one specific cause, CAUSE. They don't do one specific cause based on the needs of the community or wherever they're serving in the world. They do just good deeds. And it goes back to the philosophy that I've always had, and that's kind of what attracted me to them, is why do we call them random acts of service? Why do they have to be random? They're not random acts of service if we're doing them every day. And that's what that organization does. So we're taking a portion of each sale, the Be Happy mask, and donating it to Good Deed Revolution. And you can learn more about them and what they're doing at gooddeedrevolution.org.
Another good reason to buy a happy mask.
I mean, because I've been approached since coming out with the Be Happy mask, and people are like, hey, you can get those cheaper. You could bring down your price point. Because I realize, at $14.95, it's not the cheapest mask out there. But $14.95 goes towards supporting a little company who's had to, remodel their business and make masks. So maybe I'm paying a little bit more for the masks that way because they're hand sewn. And then I give a portion of it to charity. So it's win-win for everybody.
It absolutely is.
So it may be $1 or $2 more, but it's worth it. It's helping families and a great nonprofit organization.
That's exactly right. I'm going to put the website back up for the mask. There we go. So folks just go directly to the website to order, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Good.
And the internet is really fast, unlike the self-server. So if you go to BeHappyMask.com, it's really, really quick, unless you're using dial-up up in Mountain Home or down in Warm Springs or wherever you might be.
The crazy thing is, this is the first time using this platform, for me anyway, that it's kind of been like this, been a little choppy. So I don't know what's going on today.
It's the magic of television. We love television. Television is fun. Video is fun. Nothing sells like the sight, sound, motion, any motion of video.
That's exactly right. And that is a wonderful segue for me to tell people that if they want more of this goodness that is Coz Green and the humor and the transparency, they can actually find you over on your own website, your own YouTube, your own show. So tell us a little bit more, because truly, we're cutting up and having a good time, but you truly are such an encourager and such a spreader of the good. And I want folks to know where they can find you and the sort of content that you have out there on YouTube. So tell us about that.
Well, the content's just starting to come. Absolutely. So we're just launching everything, and you can go to cozgreen.com. That makes me want to get on there tonight and make it better. But so that's under construction, right? And then you go to youtube.com/Coz Green. I'm starting to put videos up there. Then you can follow me on Facebook at Coz Green Live, and getting more consistent with my daily doses of hope. And I just go live and share inspirational thoughts and stories. And to your point, try to be transparent about some of the things that I've gone through so that people know you are not alone.
No.
Especially with everything that's going on right now. You just need to know that you are not alone. And frankly, you are enough, just as you are.
That's right. That is so
Just
right.
as you are. Perfectly imperfect, and that's okay.
That's right. And made for a special purpose and a special calling, each and every one of us.
And when we get as old as I am, Michelle, you'll be there in 10 or 15 years. No, I say when you get as old as I am in 10 or 15 years, I think there comes a point where you're not as concerned about a job, right? A just over broke. And it's not a career. At some point in your life, I think you walk over that line where you say, it doesn't matter what I do. It has to be meaningful, and it has to be in harmony with my mission. And that's when it becomes a calling.
Yes.
And I don't think most people have a calling in life, but when you hear that voice and you're called to do something special or something specific, then you just got to keep on keeping on, because that makes you unique in today's crazy world.
Yes.
So if you hear the call to do something, stick to it and tune out the noise and the naysayers and the critics and stay focused on your mission.
That's right. That's exactly right. Wonderful words to close us out. This has been fun, as I knew it would. We got to talk about the mask. We got to share part of your story and talk about the good things that you're doing. You know, my whole platform is about sharing good stories about good people doing good things. And yes, you are good people, Coz Green.
Well, I'm glad I've finally arrived in your book, Michelle.
Oh my goodness. Anything else we want to share before we close it out?
No, I would just welcome folks to reach out if, I can ever do anything of service for anyone. Go to BeHappyMask.com, pick up a Be Happy Mask, help donate to gooddeedrevolution.org, and follow me on social media. And again, a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet. I truly believe that, and we should connect.
Sounds good. Well, thank you again, Coz, for your time. I truly appreciate it, and you sharing everything. And for everyone who's watching, thank you as well for joining this afternoon. And thank you for continuing to support Southern Inspirations as I continue to share good stories about good people doing good things. As always, if you know of a good story that should be told, particularly in the nonprofit sector, let me know. I want to hear from you. All right, everyone, have a good afternoon, and I'll see you again soon.
Have a great day, everybody.